It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Up next, it's our main event between these road warriors and the home team. For a spot in the NFC Championship game, this one is underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. 70 Lions.
Now here's Cam Scatterby on the ground. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Second and 7 at the 38-yard line.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. From the gun, here's Dart. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it, and he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
An 8-yard pickup. Result is a first down.
Scatterby now from the gun. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Going right back to Scatterby. Nothing doing on second. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
60 Bison, 60, trap 60, trap 60.
3rd down now. Here's Dart. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I love that. No, I love that defensively right there. It's about the only thing you could do to the tight ends at this level. You have got to disrupt them. You have got to match their physicality with even more physicality, and it forced an incompletion.
As his man, that's their rookie from Oregon. And the early aggressiveness is answered. They went for it on their opening series, and the defense stops them. That's a turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them a possession.
The drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
At the 45-yard line.
Back-to-back carries here. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ballgame.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And they make the tackle at the 38. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. First down throw here from Milrow. Jefferson brings it in on the slant. And he's going to be touched down a yard shy of that marker. Just a yard left to go on 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
No question he won that exchange, Brock. He hits for 8 on 1st down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Another carry for him. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown. These guys have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And these guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. New set of downs for him from the 31. On first down, this is Scatterboot. And they'll stop him after he picks up 4 to begin this drive.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you can throw beyond the sticks, and really create some indecision now defensively.
Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means third down coming up. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. Here's first and 10 from the 47. Out of the gun this time, here's Dart. Brought in right side. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Coming to the line for another first and 10. On the handoff, here's Scatterboot. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is second and 10. Driving forward with Scatterboot. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Julian Love bringing that one to an end. Working quickly here. To the air on third and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Quarterback of his renown, Kate, I'm not surprised at all to see him throw it into double coverage early. And that incompletion, well, it's just going to fuel his confidence that much more to keep forcing it.
Throw caught by his running back. And he won't make the marker. They rally to him in time. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Ready? Pack the 60, pack the 60. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Milrow with it on first. Throwing the out route complete. That's the 20. He makes it in for the touchdown. These guys pull out in front for their 13-zip. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. One after up and good for Myers. And his guys drive out to an early 14-0 lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. Jukes away from one. So they're going to begin from the 36 as he's brought down. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Drawn starts with an option, right side. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. They'll air it out on third. Complete beyond the marker. Finds a seam. Left side is off to the He will take this in. Touchdown. These guys reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And these guys chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Visitors 7.
Gano ready to send this away.
Set to kick off.
Xavier Worthy now on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. A nice run back, but what a hit we had at the end of it.
Take over first down 10 at their own 36-yard line.
They've got first down here from the 36.
18 Cardinal, 18.
From the gun, Milrow. Dumped off to his running back. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. Along the perimeter he goes, crossing the 45. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown.
I think he'll take his highlights however. If he can get him on a handoff, pin off a pass, it really doesn't matter. The important thing is he gets the ball, he gets the touch. He can do his damage. Big time.
That one right down the middle. And his guys double their lead to 14. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start after 35. All set to go now from the 35. On first down, here's Dart. Ooh, almost to throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands. He dropped it. It's incomplete. Second down coming up.
I can promise you that is a throw, and it's a quarterback when it leaves your hands. You do not want to flirt with as this game goes on. That is a prime one that DB can cut off and take the other way.
So play number 1 almost ended this drive. Let's see what play number 2 has in store. Pulled in by his back. Scatteroo. He is down to the 30-yard line. It's a massive 35-yard pickup. First down.
I can guarantee you that's going to be until the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. To the ground by Nick Emanwari. Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Running with Scatteroo. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable third down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Going on first down, it's Dart. Scrolling here for Scatteroo. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. This is 2nd and 6 coming up. That'll do it for one quarter of this NFC divisional round matchup. It's a 2-score game early. Take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. We're all set to start the second. Offense already out to resume its stride. Darts out of the shotgun. He finds Neighbors right side. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
It's Scatteroo on third. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down. Offense in the hurry up here. Dart going to go for it on 4th. And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. He fields it from the 8. And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 30.
First down and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31.
Here we go. Set. 18 Cardinal. 8.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Ready.
Now nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Ready. Ready.
They give it to him again. He cuts it to the right sideline. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready. Panther 60. Panther. Hawk 17. Go right in. Let's go.
Milrow from the gun. Jump off, caught by his back. Makes a tackle. He's still going. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Shotgun now for Milrow. Hits him on the out route. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. First and 10 from the 32.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Hand off to the back. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big games of next week.
It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Danger, King. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Going to the ground again on first. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one. A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Back to the well again. He's going to squeeze about 8 yards out of that run block. That brings up 3rd down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Coming to the line for their 9th play of the drive. This is 3rd and 3.
Let's go now. Rig. Gravity lying. Check smash. 18 Rattler. 18 Cup 19. Ready.
Running it now out of the gun. And he carries it in for the touchdown.
We've seen all game long how difficult it has been for this defense to try to contain this guy. Not only through the air, now 2 touchdowns on the ground. He's just been a difference maker.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Here's Scattaboo. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. To throw. Here's Dart. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, it's third down. Throw here, third down. It's on target to Johnson. And he's out of bounds, but what a great play there, Brock. He's got him into field goal range. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone. On the carry, this is Scatterboot. And they corral him after a minimal gain to the 21. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Back to throw, here's Starks. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Malik Neighbors the one he's throwing for. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
And 8 yards to go.
They'll throw 3rd and long. Got a man, and Neighbors has it. And in he goes for the touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. His return starts at the 5. And he made a push for the 30-yard line before going out just a bit shy. All right, they're out and set. Here we go, 1st and 10.
3. 18 Cardinal.
Back play, straight ahead. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Devon Holland there to make the stop.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the game they did.
1st down, and they go right back to it. Space on the right. He's got room. He does it. Touchdown.
We hear week after week how hard it is to run the football at the NFL level, and it is. But this guy today, he's making it look easy, and they rarely do that from the running back position.
That one right down the middle. And his guys double their lead to 14. Now he's Dixon to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. All set to go now from the 35.
Here we go. 19, 18.
With the Scatterboot here on his own read. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. Plenty of points already, partner, as we have reached the 2-minute warning. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Dart. Short pass brought in. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. 3rd and long for him here. It's on target to Williams. And he is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. They get 23 on that one. And that gives him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
That's going to tuck it and run. They'll cobble together a yard there. With Kobe Dean in on the tackle. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd
Shotgun this time. Here's Dart. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Third down now. Here's Dart. Dumps it off to his running back. And this is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. An excellent gain. 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
It's a gain of 20. Results in a first down.
Scatterboo now from the gun. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Darts looking to throw. Setting up the screen. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Let's go. Cowboy in. Nike 18. Hey, check that. Straight.
Now Dart. And he is in. Touchdown. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And it's hauled in inside the end zone for 2. That trims the lead just a little bit. Ooh, they get the 2 out of it. Nicely done, but into double coverage there. Feels like they might have gotten away with one there, Brock.
You know what you call that, Kate? You call that a quarterback's best friend. These receivers all the time will tell the QB in the huddle, just give me a chance, Beth. Just give me a chance. Just put it up there. And that quarterback did, and the receiver delivers. When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Just 2 seconds left in the half as we get a timeout.
Ready.
One
break.
last play before the break.
Let's go now.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. Somebody is going to the NFC Championship game from this one. Let's find out who, as our second half gets underway. Returning it from the 4. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
First down and 10.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Ready.
They'll run it from the gun. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45.
Go now.
And goes to the hurry up here.
18 Cardinals. Ready.
At the 45-yard line.
Another carry for him. And he's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Let's go. Drop 60. Drop 6. Hawk 70. Hawk.
Row now to throw. That's his targets. That's Torrey Horton. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's another first down. First and 10 at the 16-yard
19
line.
tight. Press all 80. Let's go.
From the red zone on first. Dumped off to his running back. And he will take this in. Touchdown. These guys grow the lead coming out of halftime. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his second touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, brother. Okay. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. All set to go now from the 35. On the handoff, here's Scatterboo. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys. Not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
Here goes Dart to the air. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
To the air on third and long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that brings up fourth and long. They'll go. Here's Dart. Big play. Pushes them beyond midfield. And he has it all the way down to the 8. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him a first on fourth down.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
That's going to tuck it and run. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal.
A loss of 3 brings up second and goal.
Darts out of the shotgun. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. These guys start the second half with some needed points. Brian Dable has the offense out there. They're trying for 2.
The offense will line up.
Throwing from the gun. Nothing doing on that 2-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion.
You know, no sense in piling on. Pretty clear for everybody to see. He knows he should have had that one. Just didn't watch it in the whole way. And it leaves 2 points on the table.
Has this at the 6. Good work so far. He's got room. And in great shape after that return. He's across the 35 before going out.
36-yard line.
They've got first down here from the 36.
Let's go now.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield.
That's good.
Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives him the first.
Down at the 48-yard line.
Back-to-back carries here. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down.
That's another.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38.
At the 38-yard line.
First down throw here from Milrow. Fits it through the middle. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's good for a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Good running here as he gets him 7 on that first down carry.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do.
He has the touchdown. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Darts back to throw. And some excellent work to drive them all the way out past the 30-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. the option. It's Scannaboo. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
60 Bison, 19 right. Cut 19.
Your start now. Big strike here to Williams. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. A 28-yard pickup there. And that is good for a first down. We've set it downs from the 37.
Result is a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Starks. Has it down close. Touchdown.
There are a couple different ways now. You can win on a fly route. You can just run right by somebody, or you can use that big body to try to win a one-on-one matchup. Whatever way you go about it, this is the type of upside this route can provide.
And the pass succeeds. A little momentum builder as they try to dig into this deficit. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. A little revenge from the coverage team there after they gave up a pretty nice run back. All set to go now from the 35.
Ready.
Blown back, it's the handoff. Cuts his way through a tackle. Has a hole left, room to run. Into the red zone. And he's able to tick this one in for the touchdown.
He just keeps scoring and scoring and scoring it. Look at the juice he showed on touchdown number 4. He actually looks like he's getting stronger and faster as this game goes along. Just wow.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys bump the lead up to 13 points. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. All set to go now from the 35. On 1st down, here's Dart. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Looking for Malik Neighbors that time. So it's 2nd down coming up. To throw, here's Dart. This one falls incomplete.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
They'll air it out on 3rd. Caught, nice gain left side. And this will reach the red zone. He takes it down to the 17.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Working inside the red zone. They drop this down. Scatterboo. And they're going to have 1st and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
The charge into traffic, but the line doesn't budge. They stall him out short. Offense in a hurry up here. From the gun, here's Dart. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown! Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Brian Dable has the offense out there. They're trying for 2.
offense will line up for a two-point conversion.
Back to throw. Here's Starks. And this is going to be caught, getting aggressive as they trail in this game, and that takes them 2 points closer.
56. Visitors 51.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Here's a return from the 7. Showing a little burst so far. And what a great start for their series. He's all the way up close to the 45-yard line before stepping out.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
1st and 10 from the 43. Here's the one back on the handoff. Breaks the tackle. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to bring up 1st down.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready?
They give it to him again. And this hasn't been a common sign out of him tonight, but the defense wins this rep. He's limited to no gain on the carry. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
At the 46-yard line.
60 Eagles, 6.
They'll run here from the gun. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. They gain 11 on that play. And they're going to have a 1st down now.
70 Timberwolves, top 19. Ready?
From the gun, Milrow. Finds a seam down the middle. Tackle made at the 10. 1st and goal coming up.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
1st down and goal to go.
We're down to 1 quarter to play in this NFC divisional round matchup. They have it with the lead. Just need to close this quarter out for a playoff win.
Got it. Ready?
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal.
60 Eagles, Panther 60, Panthers.
From the red zone now. Jump off, caught by his back. And in he goes for the touchdown. These guys make it a 2-possession game here in the 4th. Myers gets the point after to go. And his guys push the lead up to 12.
Our home team 63. Visitors 51.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they face 2nd down. We'll try again from the 20 after the incompletion. Out of the gun this time. Here's Dart. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Caught quickly on the slant. And that's a solid stop there to limit the damage. Gave up some, but it's still 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Desperation time here. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced. Brock had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
It's a
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
And somehow he manages to get back to the line of scrimmage before going down. Last run only gained a yard. It means it's 2nd and 9.
Hey, pass. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Rolling back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
On the jump.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9.
Let's go, Cougar, 19. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
3rd and long for him here. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to run for it. He doesn't slide down, and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a 4th down.
The lead looks safe, but the Penals staying down. They're going for this.
Here we go. 60 Vikings, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Panther 11, Panther 11. Trap 60, trap 60. Warriors 70.
Milrow to throw on 4. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And they bring him down after the pick and decent return.
I think you can almost sense a little bit of a hesitant spark out there. Nobody is going to get too excited. You're still down 2 scores, but there's a little flash of hope, a little flash of optimism. Their defense just gave the offense by taking the ball away.
First call here coming from the shotgun. On play action with Dart. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it'll be 2nd down. Here goes Dart to the air. He finds Neighbors right side. This is a nice gain. Nearly moves those chains. He's got it up to the 36.
Oh, man, these are the kind of plays you can't wait to get on film and watch the next day. Look at the fellow pass catchers. Look at the guys getting out in front, helping on that screen pass. Get your player in space. Your buddies do the rest around you, and a big play follows.
And they get this down to the 44 before he stops. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that means 1st down. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Dart gonna throw again. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon.
Their first pick of the game comes at an awfully big moment. Really just cancels out all the great work your defense did to give you that ball.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Running it now out of the gun. Get some space around midfield. 30. At the 20. And the ground game works for the touchdown. These guys have likely locked up the win right there. One after up and good for Myers. And these guys go up by 19.
Visitors 51.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Will begin his return from the 11. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. First and 10 from the 32. Running with Scatterboo. His charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5. Darts out of the shotgun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third as long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and incomplete.
It is cut left side. They stun this defense. They pick up 14 on fourth, and they pick up the first down, too. Driving forward with Scatteroo. I wasn't a fan of what was ahead there, Brock, but the bounce outside doesn't fare any better. He gets a lone yard at second down. They only get a yard that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Darts looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming 3rd down. Throwing from the gun here. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
4th and forever coming up.
Let's go. 7, 19 tight, 18, 18,
They'll go. Here's Darts. Trying to push deep downfield. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. DJ Turner comes up with it. And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return. Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45.
Here we go.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. There he goes on the right side. And they take this in for the score. These guys keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Set to kick off.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone. So the football will come back out to the 20. Offense to the line. Here we go. A give right side. It's Scatteroo. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Even more problems now as they don't get the snap off. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Offense to the line, 2nd down.
Set up. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Go.
Dart setting in the throw here. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is brought to a stop up at the 34-yard line there. A pickup of 17. And that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And their run through the playoffs has reached the penultimate stop on the tracks. The conference championship game next week. And they're going to need the same type of effort from this game, Brock, to carry forward to reach the end of the line and earn that Super Bowl appearance.